Hello, good afternoon, a warm happy Father's Day in advance to all the potential fathers out there, especially to our executive producer, Elder Dominic Boache. My name is Ekua Aboagyewaa, and this is Weekly Retro. We're streaming to you live from our studios inside the Reverend Richard Street. Now, coming up, armed robbers shot to death a police officer and an eyewitness during a robbery incident involving a bullion van at Adedempo, a suburb of Jamestown in Accra, on Monday, and the license driver has been arrested and charged with a murder of a 27-year-old teacher of the youngest school in Adenta in Accra. And in business, the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana is in talks with the local government ministry and the Ministry of Tourism to establish a brand index for the country. Bring you details of these stories and many more in business, sports, entertainment, and international right after this. Please do stay. Thanks for staying, and now to the main bulletin. Armed robbers shot to death a police officer and an eyewitness during a robbery incident involving a bullion van at Adedempo, a suburb of Jamestown in Accra on Monday, June 14th. According to an eyewitness, the police officer, EMMANUEL, was providing security for the van while the young lady, Ekua, was a bystander who witnessed the incident. The driver of the van also sustained severe injuries. According to reports, the van carrying an unknown amount of cash was trailed by some men in a taxi and a motorbike popularly called Okada.
Police swiftly responded, and on-the-spot investigation indicates that the bullion van was on a daily sales collection errand, and on reaching an area called Adedempo, that is a suburb of Jamestown, some unidentified armed men on not less than 3 motorbikes crossed the bullion van and started shooting sporadically. In the process, 2 persons were shot and killed instantly. The policeman on escort duty and also a lady whose identity the police is yet to verify. The bullion driver sustained gunshot wounds and has been sent to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital for treatment. 2 tellers who were on the bullion van escaped unhurt. The weapon of the policeman was also taken away together with unspecified amount of money. The crime scene experts have been invited to process the crime scene as part of police investigations to get the perpetrators arrested.
Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police has directed the Director General Criminal Investigation Department to take out over investigations into circumstances leading to the killing of a police officer and a bystander during the attack. The law enforcement agency called on the general public to assist in the investigation by calling their toll lines 191 or 18555 with any information they have on the incident.
If you recall, yesterday we issued a statement, and before that I had instructed the Commissioner CID to take over the case because of the importance we attach to it. So he has started, and I'm sure, as I indicated, we will definitely get them. Whoever says that we are out of touch with the system or with the society is not studying the topography of the West African sub-region as of now. Anybody or any security analysis worth the salt will know that the West African sub-region is currently experiencing a high wave of crime in all the countries. If you compare all the countries, there's a high wave of crime. It doesn't mean that we should fold our arms and say that we'll not do anything.
If I am crying for my son alone, it won't be fair. I'm a Catholic. That's our faith. The policeman, they should be well protected. They are not protected at all. They are not protected at all. The policeman, or especially Ghanaian policeman, is left ajar. So whatever they are carrying out their own operation, I'm a mature person. I know what I'm saying. They do it comme ci, comme ça. Because when something happens, they are not protected. So they should sit down and plan and make sure that those junior ones who go out are well protected. If they were to be protected, I'm not sure this a Peugeot car or whatever it is, they will put a policeman in it and he will go and die. It was when he came here on last Friday, he told me that he was packing his things to his new abode. So I asked the mother to go for a taxi for him. So after we have packed the things from here, I asked him when is he coming to take me to know where he was going. He told me this weekend, if God permits, he will come and pick me so that I know where he's going. That is the new abode at Kanda estate there. We were just standing here.
And meanwhile, the murder of the slain Ghanaian police officer who was killed while protecting money in a bullion van, Constable EMMANUEL Osei, has painfully grieved his death. Constable General Osei's mother has wept bitterly as she mourned the heinous killing of her son when reporters went to the family house. And on a developing story, the surgeon at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital has stated that the driver of the bullion van attacked by robbers at Jamestown on Monday is responding to treatment. According to Dr. Frederick Watson, the 35-year-old victim, Eric Otri, underwent surgery some hours after he was rushed to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. He further revealed that several pellets were retrieved from his chest, limbs, and forearms. And the Ghana Police Service has placed a bounty of 20,000 on gunmen who shot to death a police officer and the eyewitness during the robbery attack. In the video, the service's Director of Public Affairs, Subs Sheila Kesey Abaye stated that although they were working earnestly to apprehend the criminals, they are therefore calling on the general public to give information that would lead to the arrest of the culprit to receive the award. She added that the identity of the informants will be confidential. The IGP James Opon has pledged that no stone will be left unturned in his quest to ensure the killers of Constable General Emmanuel Osei are arrested. He added that the police have deployed many security personnel on the roads to intensify patrols.
The police continue to encourage the public to be on the lookout for the perpetrators of the heinous crime that occurred at Jamestown, Accra. The Inspector General of Police has announced a reward of 20,000 Ghana Cities to any person who gives credible information to police for the arrest of the perpetrators. And in this regard, we assure informants of the utmost protection of their identities.
And still on the incident of killing the driver of a chief executive office of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation has been recounting bizarre circumstances under which his wife was shot dead by unknown assailants on Sunday night. Benedicta Abina Pokuya died of gunshot wounds at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, a few meters of ERS, after assailants opened fire where whilst in convey with her husband at a spot close to airport runabout in Kumasi. Though information on the incident is scanty, as learning the couple who were returning from an outing has survived a similar incident on the same night. Speaking to the media about the incident for the first time, husband of the deceased, Nana Ajiman Prempe, told Kumasi-based Ekua affirmed that the assailant crisscrossed his wife's vehicle before shooting her. Personnel from the Regional Anti-Armed Robbery Task Force moved to the scene after receiving distress calls about the incident. It is not clear if the assailant picked anything from the deceased Range Rover vehicle, but report checks revealed that the assailant sped off in their unregistered vehicle before the police arrived. Police are tight-shipped except to say that a search has been mounted for the assailants as investigations continues.
Murder of a lady who happened to be the wife of Nana Agyemang. The husband reported to the police last 2 days that he was returning with the wife from town. He was driving in his car while the wife was also driving in hers. And some young guys, numbering about 4, in a private vehicle, that is a saloon car, crossed them. And when he also stopped to question them, one of them shot at the wife. So the police have initiated investigation into that alleged murder case. We've invited the complainant, who is now the bereaved husband of the late lady. He's given us some leads. He was in the company of other persons. The command has also invited those persons to also come and then give statement to corroborate whatever the gentleman is telling the police. So far, no arrest has been made, but then we are in touch with the National Security Secretariat because of the CCTV cameras mounted around the airport runabout.
And away from that, a bullion van was attacked by armed robbers at Gomua Otriko on the KASOA WINNEBA road Thursday afternoon. The incident happened barely 4 days after a similar incident at Adedekpon near Jamestown in Accra. According to reports, the robbers shot at the front passenger seat where a police escort was sitting, shattering the window in the process. The police escort subsequently ordered the driver to speed off while he called for reinforcement. All passengers in the bullion van escaped unhurt. Ghana has recently recorded a surge in daylight robberies. Apart from the Jamestown incident, another policeman was killed while on an escort duty on Adansi Fomena Road in Ashanti region. The armed men, numbering about 10, allegedly shot Lance Corporal Martin Baba during an attack on the bullion van he was escorting. And an unlicensed driver has been arrested and charged with the murder of a 27-year-old teacher of the youngsters' school in Adenta. According to the police, Emeka Adams, 42, after he knocked down Alice Adamte, abandoned her at an unknown location to die. Emeka police investigations revealed that on June 7 this year, knocked down the teacher with a Hyundai Sonata saloon vehicle with registration number GB2621-20 at Adenta Dowa traffic intersection at about 7 p.m. The driver picked Adamte under the pretext of sending her to the hospital but ended up abandoning her in the bush at Akokobi, resulting in the victim's death, the police said. On Wednesday, the suspect, who was a driver at the time of the incident, was arrested and being processed for court on the charge of murder. And the Minister for Transport, Mr. Kweku Ofori Esiama, has revealed that there is a need to take advantage of technology to improve the transport sector in the country. According to him, other sectors in the country have taken over the economy through technology, and the transport sector must also play a role in contributing to the well-being of the country. He said technology will make our transport system efficient and save and treat all commercial drivers to improve our road transport system to avoid road accidents in the country. Speaking at the launch of UN, a car app transportation system was launched by the minister in Accra to help our transport system through technology and to generate employment for the youth.
Maybe the song was speeding. They said, "Adia, you want to control me to say, if you give me technology, near the check, say, we call for speed now. Ada say uko hospital ya de njizaba penalty so high see charge and the media no nyamo support police because some dey some force regulation see and to support police for na regulation em like akra won o mo ntumi amfo so aman na hu nya se be na ya kakra na media police for mu ye dipa definitely eduma mu ye kwa utwa o kama ni and now for news report be say I dey come opportunity and come in police for so a big mistake by a quiet for say be come when you be show mu ko no mu so dum no mo to ye dey.
And now in business, the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana is in talks with the local government ministry and the Ministry of Tourism to establish a brand index for the country. The brand index will rank the 16 regions as well as metropolitan, municipal and the district assemblies according to specific indices such as peace and beautification. President of CIMG, Dr. Daniel Kasati, said the country needs to strategically brand itself.
Attempt that the nation Ghana has made, at branding the nation has not been so successful because we have attempted to treat branding as if it was a project to embark on. Branding is a never-ending, long-term thing that, that should become part of our lives. I go out there as a Ghanaian, anywhere I find myself, I must be, the ambassador of the Ghana brand. It is the way I live my life out there that epitomizes the brand values in me, and that the Ghanaian in me is defined by what I do. If we take it that there are hard things that we change about logo and things, no, that we'll be scratching the surface. We need to have a strategic approach to branding.
And still in business, the Electricity Company of Ghana has cautioned its customers about some fraudulent activities by unknown persons regarding the payment of electricity bills. In a statement issued by the company, it said these fraudulent calls send SMS to unsuspecting customers demanding payment for various services including service connection and electricity consumed through mobile money transactions. Alerting its customers to be wary, it stated that apart from the customer personally initiating transaction through the ECG Power mobile app or short code *226#, ECG will not demand payment for serving through mobile money. Because of this, ECG cautioned its customers to be on alert whilst it collaborates with security agencies to bring perpetrators to book. And now on our sports news, MINISTRIES has filed an expected appeal against the decision of the Ghana Football Association ordering former coach Samuel Boadu to pay a compensation of 30,000 Ghana cedis to the club announced on Tuesday. The two-time FA Cup holders met its late Tuesday deadline to challenge the decision of the Player Status Committee on Monday. MINISTRIES insists the Player Status Committee erred in law after failing to punish the GOVT despite establishing in its ruling that the former Hearts of Oak coach terminated his contract without a just cause. The club said the decision is against the committee's own principle and precedent as captured in similar ruling in the past. Boadu, a former Asokwa Deportivo coach, shocked the Mauve and Yellows with a resignation on February 25, 2021 by signing a permanent contract with Ghanaian giant Hearts of Oak 7 days later. And still in sports, Black Queens midfielder Jennifer Kujo has fumed over the lack of preparations for the side ahead of 2022 African Women's Cup of Nations qualifiers in September. The Super Falcons are on a global tour engaging in a series of friendlies as part of preparations for the crucial game against the Black Queens of Ghana. The Black Queens, on the other hand, are yet to even assemble in camp to begin preparations for this tough fixture in September. Kujo, who plays for the American side, Gotham FC, said the disrespect sorry towards women's football by the various stakeholders in the country should be stopped as it tends to affect the development of the game. And still on football, Ghanaian giant Hearts of Oak has written to the Ghana Football Association to reschedule their game against Legon Cities ahead of the super clash against arch rivals Asante Kotoko. The Phobians will play Legon Cities on Thursday, 24 June 2021 at Accra Sports Stadium on March Day 30. In a letter copied to Ghana Soccer Net, Hearts of Oak argues that their arch rivals Asante Kotoko will get enough rest ahead of the big game since they played their leg game on Wednesday afternoon, that's getting a 72-hour rest, while they get a 42-hour rest should they play on Thursday evening. The league leaders are proposing the two games to be played simultaneously to ensure the two teams get a 72-hour rest. And our entertainment front, Speaker of Parliament Aboagyewaa has discouraged Ghanaians, especially women, from the seeming addiction to foreign telenovelas. Arguably, he said telenovelas are figments of imagination from the cultural they oriented from, which have been developed into storylines. Very often, they have no bearing on our culture. Right Honorable Aboagyewaa stated that such affection should be directed at reading instead because their love for telenovelas is demeaning to them and destroying the Ghanaian culture. Mr. Aboagyewaa made the call when he launched a book authored by a former First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Kenneth, titled My Defining Moment, a trip from the village to Parliament and beyond. He used the occasion to call on the government to infuse some innovation with regarding to reading in the educational sector. And away from that, Kumawood actor EYEWITNESS has died after battling with an undisclosed illness. Confirming the death, actress Aboagyewaa posted a condolence message on a verified Instagram account. The Kumawood actress posted a short scene from a movie in which she starred alongside her deceased colleague. Some Kumawood actors and celebrities following the announcement of the actor's death have joined Aboagyewaa to mourn one of their very own. EYEWITNESS has starred in many movies alongside Bella Samoa, Lewin Kweku Menu, Ohenere Mercy Asiedu, among others.
Mommy, wedding when first say will be in town some friends here, the Bustrieni. When they meet me wedding come kakra.
Oh, are they?
Okay, young mon nanti kakra na. Seven. We are saying who back a kind in the mobile. Or dada or buy a Jessica one.
See.
What better one more bon como and then why and your bay who we are in the jam kakana. I can say. Your bum with you know.
The Yamias.
And this is Obiaba.
Oh, Yamia to marry.
Ah, one day you're full or not to miss a surprise. What didn't go to creating the other day.
Oh,
I don't know. It is the way.
You'll be in tears. I don't tell dancing. What's me get canasso? You'll not be down, be down. I mean, you said yes, it's me. Oh, you need to my cross. Debbie and the mono. Catalia da baby. Titi da baby. I don't you da baby. Now miss me da baby.
And our international front, gunmen in Nigeria have abducted students from a mixed boarding school in Kebbi State in the northwest of the country. Gunmen invaded the federal government college on Thursday and overpowered the police units guarding the school. They then kidnapped students and teachers. A local official told BBC that they are currently carrying out a head count to ascertain the exact number of people who had been taken. This incident comes after another group of gunmen kidnapped 4 Chinese nationals near Lagos in the southwest of the country. More than 130 children kidnapped from a Quranic school in Niger State last month are still being held.
That the response in the region, the northwestern region that has been ravaged by these acts of armed banditry, is somewhat uncoordinated. And so the fact that some of the governors or some of the state authorities within the region are willing to engage with these bandits and some aren't makes the situation a bit complicated. But by actually paying ransom, even though most of them deny that they do pay these sums, they give the impression that the armed bandits could be emboldened. And so by emboldening them in this way, they tend to come back to keep, perpetuating the acts that they are carrying out in the region.
And the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled food giants Nestle USA and Kajol can't be sued for child slavery on African farms from where they buy their cocoa. 6 African men alleged that they were trafficked from Mali and forced to work on cocoa farms in Ivory Coast. The court ruled 8-1 that the group had no standing because the abuse happened outside to the U.S. And that will be all for this week's edition on Weekly Retro. For more news updates, you can log on to our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Kasi Television. And a happy Father's Day in advance goes to our chairman and our national executive, and to you who watch me as well. A very big thank you goes to my crew at Elder Dominic Boachi. He happens to be our executive producer, Francis Kwame Adepamong Beverlin. And to you who watch me as well. See you same time next week. My name has been Ekua Aboagyewaa. Till then, stay safe, max up, and stay positive. Have a great afternoon.